Susanna and her family resided in a quaint community nestled on the outskirts of Russia, where self-sufficiency was the norm. Residents engaged in fishing and hunting to provide meat, while fresh produce from communal gardens ensured a steady supply of vegetables. Certain individuals took on the responsibility of tending to smaller animals like goats for milk and cheese, as well as chickens for eggs. However, amidst their idyllic lifestyle, a significant threat loomed: the presence of predators, particularly a pack of wolves that frequented the area. Encounters with these predators were not uncommon, especially when they targeted the community's livestock. This posed a dual challenge, as it also endangered the safety of young children who roamed the town. To safeguard against such threats, hunters took proactive measures by setting markers to deter the wolves, aiming to intimidate them and keep them at bay. Additionally, the community maintained a vigilant watch with their own dogs, which served as an additional line of defense to protect their land and loved ones. They chose German Shepherds for their protective instincts, as these dogs are renowned for their intelligence and guarding abilities, making them ideal for keeping wild creatures like wolves at bay. The dogs were kept in an enclosure at night to protect the community, while during the day they were free to roam the town, providing protection for the residents. This system proved to be highly effective, exceeding their expectations and providing the solution they had been seeking. However, it did not offer protection for community members who ventured outside the town, such as during hunting expeditions. In these instances, they had to remain vigilant, as the wolf pack was adept at tracking human scents, encircling their prey and launching coordinated attacks from all directions, making hunting a dangerous endeavor. Susanna's husband Yuri was a part of these hunting parties, and every time he set out, she prayed fervently for his safe return. One day, he returned unharmed as usual, but with an unexpected surprise. Despite the risks involved, Yuri was accustomed to the adrenaline of the hunt, driven by his deep love for his family and his commitment to providing for them. On this particular morning, a dense fog had settled over the valley, providing ideal hunting conditions as it offered additional camouflage for the hunters. Setting out at dawn, they hoped to capitalize on the fog to find ample prey to bring back to their community. Little did they know what was awaiting them. They had been out for just over an hour when Yuri heard something peculiar, a faint whimpering. Despite scanning the fog-shrouded surroundings, he couldn't spot anything amiss. Yet the sensation of being watched persisted, sending a shiver down his spine. He mentioned his unease to his partner, who dismissed it as the fog playing tricks on him. As they continued to wait for ideal prey, Yuri's curiosity about the source of the whimpering grew. He considered the possibility of being near a wolf den and began scanning the area more intently. After hours of hearing the persistent whimper, Yuri decided to investigate further, even if it meant risking their cover. Navigating through the thick fog made it challenging, but Yuri was determined. Suddenly, he stumbled over what felt like a body on the trail. Startled, he quickly turned around, gun at the ready. To his surprise, he found himself face to face with a large wolf lying across the path. Rather than showing aggression, the wolf remained still, its demeanor more akin to submission than threat. Yuri, realizing the wolf was the source of the whimpering, sensed something was amiss. Trusting his instincts, he holstered his gun and cautiously approached the animal, intent on discovering what was troubling it. The wolf hardly moved, allowing Yuri to approach and examine its injuries. He discovered that it had been shot and likely fallen from a nearby cliff, explaining the rocky debris in its fur. The poor animal was in agony, and despite their community's stance on predators, Yuri felt compelled to help. Despite being hunters, they believed in ethical hunting and didn't condone harming animals needlessly. Yuri decided to bring the injured wolf back to camp, knowing his wife Susanna would know how to care for it. When Susanna saw Yuri approaching with the wounded wolf, she was shocked but immediately sprung into action to help. After examining the wolf, Susanna removed the bullet and tended to its wounds. The wolf also had a broken leg, but otherwise seemed okay. It just needed food and a safe place to recover. However, the presence of a wolf in such close proximity to the town raised concerns among the residents, especially regarding the safety of their children. Susanna and Yuri understood the town's apprehension and began to consider alternative solutions. They needed to find a way to care for the wolf without causing fear or harm to their community. the town decided to place the she-wolf in the enclosure usually reserved for the German Shepherds, while keeping the dogs inside their homes for the time being. This arrangement would provide a safe space for the wolf to heal, away from humans, yet close enough for monitoring. The children in the community were thrilled at the prospect of having sleepovers with their pets, creating a win-win situation for everyone. However, they didn't anticipate how the German Shepherds would react to the presence of the wolf. After 2 weeks, the dogs were settled in their homes, and the she-wolf was healing well. However, one morning, the town woke up to a surprising discovery. During the night, a German Shepherd had managed to enter the enclosure, likely driven by curiosity about the new inhabitant. The German Shepherd had managed to dig a trench under the fence and was found sitting with the wolf in the enclosure. It appeared that the two canines were getting to know each other. Yuri approached the enclosure to assess the situation, but they seemed to be getting along fine. As the day went on, it became increasingly clear that these two animals were forming a strong bond. By the end of the day, onlookers were astonished to see a German Shepherd and a wild she-wolf playing together like playful puppies. They romped and tumbled with each other joyfully, displaying genuine happiness in each other's company. Yuri and his friends were amazed at how well this unlikely partnership was blossoming. The she-wolf even became affectionate and friendly towards the people of the town, integrating seamlessly into the dog clan that roamed the area. All of this was thanks to Yuri's decision to give the she-wolf a second chance at life. In return, the shepherd gained a new companion to frolic with, and the town marveled at the heartwarming bond that had formed between the two canines.